Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tara, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how people view you based off your aura. So firstly, we're going to be taking a look at your aura, what your aura looks like, what I see in your aura and your vibe, and then I'm going to take a look at how people view you based off that, okay? So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. I'm now going to show you crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have rose quartz. For pile number 2, we have amethyst. And for pile number 3, we have amazonite. So take a look at all the cards we have here. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. By the way, it is 2:22 as I look at the clock, so this lets me know this is going to be a very divine reading. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you are drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. You can find your pile in the timestamps below, and then I will see you in your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how people view you based off your aura. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to be taking a look at what your aura looks like, what I can see in your aura, and then I'm going to take a look at how people view you based off your aura. Okay, so please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. You chose the card Loving Compassion. So what I do feel from your energy so far, my pile number ones, with all the pink showing up here, and you chose the pink heart. We also see a little pink heart here. I feel like you have the strong heart chakra vibe as well with the green here. Some of you could have a green or pink aura, or have an aura that is just full of love. You operate on the heart chakra level, but also on the higher heart chakra level. The high heart chakra is different than the heart chakra because it's more elevated, if that makes sense. It's more of a spiritual type of love that we connect to. It's like that type of love our spirit guides have for us, or that type of love a parent has for a child, or the type of love that is like the universe or God loves you. It's that type of love you connect to. So that is what I see in your aura. And with these angel wings here, you could have a very angelic, pure aura with a lot of light coming from you. And you connect deeply to your heart space through your aura. So, all your chakras could be aligned and everything, but I feel your heart chakra is the strongest chakra. And that's why your aura is so full of love. Like I said, either green or pink auras, or some of you I'm even feeling like, like Spirit is showing me a unicorn, and how a unicorn will have like purple, pink, blue, and like a mixture of colors, and it will look so majestical, if that makes sense. Some of you have auras like that. And in your aura, I'm also seeing an energy of gifts. So some of you could have very beautiful gifts, soul gifts, spiritual gifts in your aura. And it's like some of you are intuitive, some of you have the divine gift of love, some of you just have a lot of light, some of you have healing energy, some of you are intuitive, or you could just have very unique gifts or talents in your aura based on past lives, like wisdom from past lives and things like that in your aura. And that's something I see here. And it's like that wisdom you attained in past lives is still in your aura today. Like, let's say, for example, in a past life you were a famous painter, and in this life maybe you don't know how to paint, but you still have that gift inside you, that wisdom inside you. It's just about learning it and honing in on it and practicing again. Just like when we forget how to drive a car, we will always have that skill with us, but maybe a little bit rocky at first. Or let's say you were a medicine woman or man in a past life, and you still have that wisdom deep inside your soul, but it's just waiting to come out. And or you could have been an intuitive in a past life, like a seer or a prophet or a priestess, a high priestess or high priest. And, you could still have that intuitive wisdom with you in your soul. And it comes from your heart space. So that's something I see here. So in terms of how people view you based off your aura, I feel people view you as a very loving person, very compassionate, very angelic, and very mystical. So what I mean by this is it's almost like I feel if I were to look at you, and even if I couldn't see your aura, I feel like I can just come up to you and talk about myself and not feel like I'm going to be judged, not feel like that you're not going to listen to me. Like, I feel like people sometimes come up to you and tell you about their emotional things. You have a very open heart space, so it's like people naturally feel comfortable coming up to you and telling you about their lives, telling you their whole life story, or asking you for advice because they naturally sense that you have some wisdom to share. People naturally sense you as quite angelic, so sometimes they could look at you and find you to be like a pure soul, this very sweet person, very pure-hearted, very much full of light, someone that wouldn't hurt another soul. And, how people view this would depend on their personality. So if people were to look at this and, have the wrong intentions, maybe they'd look at it in a different way, whereas those with good intentions would also look at it a different way, if that makes sense. So I guess it depends on the person and how they view it, but most people view you as quite angelic. For some of you, I picked up a mystical vibe. So some people view you as quite mystical. It feels like, I can come to you, talk about crystals, aliens, all out there type of things, and you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't judge me. That's the feeling I get from you. And you also seem to be very compassionate, a good listener, and that's how people view you based off your aura. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards and see what else shows up for you today. So how do people view my pile number ones based off their aura? How do people view pile one? We have the Great Severing with Mars, energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. I don't feel this is you because it's like, you know how I said you seem to give off this energy like a pure soul? I feel like maybe this is how people view the things you've gone through. Let me give an example. I had a situation in my life where a certain someone in my life was like, or I had a lot of people in my life like project anger onto me, project meanness onto me, just project their egos and their own pain onto me. And, I can see how that affected me, where sometimes it affected me in a way that I wouldn't like to admit, you know what I mean? And it's like, maybe people view you as someone that has experienced a lot of projections onto you. Because you give off this vibe of being like a pure soul, a pure aura, maybe some people view it as like, you've had people around you that have hurt you, that have put you down maybe. I don't know if this is true, but this is how people view you. And it's kind of like this feeling of I wonder why they're so kind. I wonder why they're so loving. Did they have someone that was really mean to them, that really put anger onto them, that really hurt them in some way, and now they're trying not to do the same thing and trying to be kind and spread kindness and love? Is it like that situation, or what did pile one go through to be able to be so kind, to be able to be such a lover in this world? What did pile one have to go through? And I feel like people also view you as someone that has had to go through a journey of self-love, of finding your own inner worth and own inner strength. Since you are such a pure, sweet soul, sometimes people see this as like maybe people have taken advantage of you because of your kindness. And it's like maybe you had to learn boundaries and self love and come back home to yourself, to be able to also soften to love. And it's like maybe people view you as someone that had to find your own sense of safety to become this loving person. And it's like, I think people view you as someone that has gone through some things, that has gone through, pain in your life. And it's like, now you're trying to soften to love. You're trying to, have people around you that really appreciate you, that are going to treat you gently and hold your heart like it's the most valuable thing they can't break. You know what I mean? But Mars energy is also not just anger and conflict, as this card says. Mars energy is also about taking action towards our dreams, putting ourselves out there. So maybe people view you as someone that has gone through pain in your life that has caused you to take that anger directed towards the things you've gone through and use it to better your life, if that makes sense. Because Mars energy is all about action. So maybe people view you as someone that has taken that anger towards the terrible situations you've gone through and used it to fuel you towards success, used it to fuel you towards where you want to be in life. And maybe at some point you had to learn that sometimes anger shows us where our boundaries are and what is not okay. You know what I mean? And maybe you had to use that tool to set boundaries with people that were taking advantage of your loving compassion. And that's just how people view you. It doesn't necessarily have to be true, so just keep that in mind. Let's pull another card. So, Spirit Guides of Pile 1, may we please look into how people view Pile 1 based off their aura. We have Earth School with life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. When I said I feel like I can just come up to you and tell you anything, tell you my whole life story, and you wouldn't judge me? It's like you give off this very safe presence to others, and people view you as a safe space, as someone they can come to. And I feel like, you'd hold me. You're so sweet. You'd hold me. You'd be there for me. There's certain situations maybe you've been through in life that has allowed you to attain a lot of wisdom, and maybe even past life wisdom that contributes to you having this sort of vibe where people tell you about how they feel or the things they're going through. And it's like this type of energy of the right words to say. Some of you are intuitive, and it's like the right words to say to them to get them out of the tough situation they're going through. And it's like to help them see a different perspective of the challenges they're going through and slow down and breathe. And that's how I feel your energy feels to others. It's like very comforting, very loving, and it's like this type of energy of a very motherly, nurturing energy you give others. And then people start to think, what did this person have to go through to attain this much wisdom? What did this person have to go through to be this loving, to be this compassionate? And then it's almost like this feeling of, I want to be there for my pile ones the same way they were there for me. What did they go through to be able to have this wisdom? And maybe you share some situations you went through to people, and like they're going through the same situation, and then they think you're really strong and resilient, but then they also feel really bad for you. It's like you didn't deserve to go through this pain. And I just feel a compassion from others as well. And I think people just view you as very sweet based off your aura, based off this loving compassion you have. And Spirit is showing me the lotus flower. So you have this gentle graciousness to you that is like, it's this strength, this inner strength, this emotional strength you have, but it's like a soft kind of energy, if that makes sense. And it's like you were in the depths of the mud. You know, the lotus flower starts off as a seed in the mud, and then it goes into the water and it has healing, and then it blooms into a beautiful white lotus flower. I'm seeing a white lotus flower. So it's like you have gone through pain and you've started to bloom. It's like people threw dirt on you, tried to hurt you, and you allowed that to make you grow. You allowed that to make you blossom. You know what I mean? And that's how people view you. It's like, if I try to throw dirt on this person, they're just going to grow into a beautiful flower. You know what I mean? Because they're so gently strong and resilient, but in a gentle way. And I think people naturally find you so pleasurable to be around because of how sweet you are and how sweet your energy is. And that's something I see here. So before we continue with your reading, my pile number ones, I do have a small favor to ask from you. The last 3 months, 75% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted and you like this channel, can you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? Because it helps my channel more than you know, and the bigger the channel gets, the more content I can put out and create for you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your love and support. I'm sending you so much gratitude from my heart. Okay, so how do people view my pile number ones based off their aura? We have independence. With your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. How do people view my pile number ones based off their aura? We have sensitivity with the lotus flower here. Is that not cool? You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. We have an extra card that wants to come out, but I'm not going to include it. Guiding children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. And then at the back of the deck, we have cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So people naturally think that you are very good with kids since you are so compassionate and so loving. And since you are someone that feels things on a very deep level, it's like, you know, you had to bloom, you had to heal through all the things you've gone through all the life lessons you've had. But it's like you had to gain your own sense of independence or self-love, or at least that's how they view you. And it's like you had to honor that sensitivity within you, that gentle sensitivity, which is your superpower, and not allow people around you that are going to treat you harshly, that are going to treat you with anger, that are going to, you know, treat you badly and make you sad, you know what I mean, or environments around you that aren't serving you. So it's like, since you've gone through so many things and had to heal from it, it's like people view you as someone that honors your sensitivity, that honors your emotions, honors what your body is telling you. And it's like you're not afraid to let that be known. You know what I mean? Like, let's say, for example, someone was to joke with you and say a mean joke at your expense. You're not going to be afraid to say, hey, that's not actually funny. You know what I mean? And, or at least that's how people view you based off your aura. And it's like people also view you as someone that had to find your own sense of independence because of the things you went through. And it's like your own self-love, where you're not going to allow people to come into your life and treat you like that. And maybe people also view you as someone that has a lot of independence because of the things you went through. Because it's like you're not going to, how do I put this in words? It's not like a overly independence where it's like I'm too independent and I'm not letting anyone in. It's more so this type of vibe of I'm not gonna rely codependently on someone. Because it's like if I have to rely codependently on someone and they have to take advantage of me or hurt me, then it's like then I don't have my own independence. But it's like, it's not like this feeling of I shouldn't rely on others. It's just like this feeling of I should have my own independence so that I can cover me, because me is the most important thing. And it's like people view you as very much like an empath, but you had to find your sort of own independence and self-love to survive in the world, if that makes sense. But it's this gentle strength within you, because we even see little baby lion cubs here, and the lion represents strength. So you have created a lot of strength and success in your life as well from this independence. And that's what I see, what I said about the Mars energy and like fueling that anger towards the situations to create success for yourself. That's what I see here again. So can I have 2 small oracle cards, spirit guides, for how people view, 2 small tarot cards for how people view my pile one's aura how people view my pile ones based off their aura. We have the Page of Swords. So yeah, with this next to the Independence card, I see this as like you had to learn to set boundaries. You're this very sweet soul, very childlike. You have this childlike wonder and nature to you, even if you're an adult. And it's like people see you as very sweet, very cute, but it's like Spirit is showing me Bubbles, and you know how Bubbles is so sweet, so cute. People may view you like Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls, but then, I'm seeing a scene where she's like something along the lines of "Don't mess with me, like I'm tough," but then she's saying it in like a cute voice. I don't know if she said exactly that, but I'm seeing like a vision of that. So it's almost like people view you as someone that had to gain your own sense of your voice, your own sense of boundaries in the world to protect yourself, and not allow people that were going to see your sweet nature as they can take advantage of it, as an invitation to take advantage of you. It's not an invitation. It's like, I'm sweet, but yeah, don't mess with me, like that type of energy. And that's how people view you based off your aura. But also you've become more outspoken and strong within yourself. So how do people view my pile number ones based off their aura? We have the 5 of Cups. So it's like people think naturally things had to happen in your past that disappointed you, because the 5 of Cups is usually like a card of disappointment, and it's like maybe things in your past disappointed you and you had to gain this sort of courage and strength within you to not allow people to do this to you. Because at the back of the deck we have the 5 of Wands, symbolizing this kind of energy of competition. You are so sweet and with such a loving aura and vibe that you naturally just shine out and stand out, and naturally people just very much like you. You know what I mean? But you had to, it's like people view you as someone that maybe went through things in your past, that you had to gain this strength and this voice within you to protect yourself from people like that. Okay, and it's like, since you're so sweet and so loving, you are naturally very liked by others. You're naturally others gravitate towards you, because when our heart shines out and when our heart chakra is open, we are magnetic to love, we are magnetic to opportunities, and it's like you just glow. You know what I mean? And with the yellow here, you had to, it's like the solar plexus energy. You had to I wouldn't say toughen up, but you had to almost sort of have enough self-worth to not allow people to treat you badly, to not allow people like that into your life. And you had to gain some sense of self-worth because maybe you've had people project onto you, or at least this is how people view you. And I think you're very beautiful, my pile number ones, that naturally people sometimes come into competition with you or try to project on you, and their own insecurities, and it's like you had to gain some sense of self-worth to not allow that to affect you. And with the green here, that's the higher the heart chakra, and the pink here, the higher heart chakra. So that's what I see here. Let me pull some tarot cards for you and see what else shows up. So yeah, I feel people view you as this sensitive but strong soul that is too loving and too compassionate for this angry, I wouldn't say dark, but filled with duality world. It's like you are this majestical angel, or majestical, person that is not from here. And it's like, now we have to get used to the people on Earth. I almost feel like, why are people on Earth so mean? Why are people on Earth so harsh? Why is Earth so dense? Like, why don't people care anymore? I feel like people view you like to view the world like that, where it's like, why can't we all love each other? Why can't we all come back to our heart space? Why do we have to, compete with each other, because we're all brothers and sisters on Earth? God, the universe, source, all wants us to be happy. Why do we have to, put this pain on each other? And it's like people view you in that light, where you want to bring love onto Earth. And it's like you're just this angelic light, or just this majestical person that doesn't come from Earth, and maybe is like too loving for Earth. But it's not that you're too loving for Earth, it's just, I've gone through this too, so I relate heavily to the energy. I think you're meant to bring love to Earth. I think you're meant to bring a different perspective to Earth. And I think you have given a different perspective to people that view life the same as you, okay? Or even if you don't view life that way, maybe this is just how people view you based off your loving vibe, okay? So spirit guides of pile 1. How do people view my pile number 1s based off their aura? We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Devil. So yeah, you've experienced physical people in your life that have just been mean to you, that have just been rude to you, treated you badly. Maybe that's just how people view you. Okay. How do people view pile 1s based off their aura? We have the King of Wands. So it's like this type of energy of, you've been through these things of people, doing this to you. But then people view you as this person that has grown into such a strong person, where you don't allow anyone to do that to you anymore. Because here we see the little baby lions, and here's when you first started gaining the sense of boundaries, self-worth, energy, and now we have big grown lions here. So it's like you had to learn these life lessons and not allow the illusions of other people to affect you, not allow the other shadows of people to affect you and put you down. Or at least this is how people view you and your life journey. And it's like you had to really embody strength and courage within yourself to not allow that to affect you, and almost like camouflage yourself in the world away from people like that, if that makes sense. And it's like people also view you as a very passionate soul. You're very passionate about life and love. And it's like whenever someone enters your world, it's like they're entering a world of magic, of sunshine, of rainbows, of love. And it's like, it's different to what people have experienced on Earth. And I think that's why you're so likable, because it's like you bring in this different energy that they haven't experienced, and different doesn't necessarily have to be bad. In this case, people really like it. But it's like people maybe view you as someone that had to go through people or situations that were like that devil energy to develop the sense of courage and strength. How do people view my pile number 1s based off their aura? And maybe because of things you've also said, like when people come up to you and they tell you about their life stories, Maybe you have so much wisdom that it's like, how did that person, what did that person have to go through to attain that wisdom? Like, I keep seeing that. We have the sun card. What did I say about sunshine, rainbow? People view you as naturally a very happy person. It's like you want to give love, you want to receive love to everyone. You're so, so, so sweet. People also view you as sunshine in human form. Like you're such a joy and you have a smile that lights up the whole room. You have a laugh that lights up the whole room. You have a personality that lights everyone's up. And it's like your vibe and your aura just feels like a happy, warm hug, and you just feel so welcoming to people. And that's how they view you. They view you as a person that even though you've had situations you've gone through that maybe hurt you, they view you as so strong and so resilient. But also, it's not that you didn't process that pain and it's like you're ignoring it and being happy, but it's like this type of feeling of like, yes, that happened to you, but it doesn't define you. And you're going to honor your feelings and your sensitivity and your emotions, but you're not going to stop that from helping. You're not going to let your past stop you from having the happiness of right now, of this moment. And with the death card at the back of the deck, maybe people feel like you've had to go through intense emotional transformations to get to this happy place you are right now. And we have the Hierophant, which is a card of wisdom. So I feel this is like the energy, you had to learn the wisdom from those harsh situations and transform yourself, cry, release to be able to get to this place where you are right now, to be able to enjoy life and feel happy again and feel, and enjoy the moment of now. And that's what I feel how people view you based off your aura, that you're very strong, that you're really resilient, and that it's like, how is this person so happy even though they've gone through these things? How is this person still blooming even though people threw dirt on them? Like, this person is a force of nature. Like, what? How are they still happy? How are they still smiling? How are they still standing? And I'm hearing that song, Survivor by, like, I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up. So people view you as like that, like very strong, really resilient. Like people can try, do anything to you, it's not gonna knock you down. And that's why I say it's like this gentle power and strength. But it's like this type of feeling of, I'm seeing Maya and the Three. In the series, she's kind of like running away from the other lady, goddess of tattoos, where she's trying to fight her because she's in competition with her. And it's like she's running away from it and she's like, ha ha, you didn't get me, blah, 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 blah. And it's like people can try throw jabs at you, but you throw it back at them. And it's like, it irritates them even more because it doesn't affect you the way they thought it would affect you, if that makes sense. Like, I'm feeling people from your past that tried to break you. It's like you haven't broken and you're never going to break from things people do or say. And it's like you have this amazing strength or resilience, and that's how people view you based off your aura. And I think people just think that, you never deserved any of the things people did to you, that you're just such a sweet soul, that you're so honest, that you're so compassionate, that you have such a big heart. And it's like this type of feeling of, why would people do that to this person? Like, this person doesn't deserve that. And this is what I see here in the reading. I didn't mean to focus on all this energy, but I also can't control what comes out. So I guess this is just how people view you based off your aura, my pile number ones, my sweet, sweet, sweet pile ones. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this amethyst crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how people view you based off your aura. Okay, so you chose the card Star Seer. I'm first going to look at what your aura looks like, what I see in your aura, the vibe I feel, and then I'm going to look at how people view you based off of this. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. And in terms of this card, we have the star Seer. So I feel like your energy is very unique in a way, and I feel like your aura has a lot of light to it. There's something about your aura having like this empowering feel to it, and I feel like all your chakras are aligned, or at least are coming into alignment right now as I read this reading, because I feel like you've been transforming yourself, you've been blooming and growing into who you were always meant to be. And I see this as like all the growth you've done on yourself, my pile number twos, you walking up this ladder to the star here. The star is healing, hope, empowerment, shining in the world. It's like you've been climbing up the ladder to where you are supposed to be. And it's like you've been blooming and blossoming into the best version of yourself constantly. You've been constantly transforming. Spirit is showing you the butterfly. And all this has created a ripple effect in your aura that has put all your chakras into alignment and has allowed healing to take place, where you have stepped into your divine blueprint of who you were always meant to be in this lifetime. And I see here that as a result of this healing that has taken place and this transformative experiences that have taken place, it's like you've started to realize how unique you are. You've started to realize how beautiful your light is and how much you shine in this world and how much light you bring into this world. And it's like you've started getting in touch with your higher self and your higher self's wisdom for you to step to where you are today. And you have this aura of being like someone that is constantly growing, someone that is constantly aligning to who their higher self wants them to be. And it's like your higher self is guiding you on your journey in your aura, and that's what I see here. And I see your higher self also gives you messages, intuitive messages that allow you to see further of what steps you need to take. And I feel like your aura is very much in alignment. So when I talk about the chakras, I see all of them are aligned, which gives me the vibe that some of you could have different color auras. When I mentioned the aura color, you could have different colors, but I guess it also depends which chakra you resonate with the most, which aura color your aura will be, or which emotion you resonate with the most, so frequency. But I feel you have a very unique aura, a very unique vibe, and as a result of the healing you've done, it's allowed you to become more playful. It's allowed you to find wisdom. And I do see a passed on loved one in your aura protecting you, right between your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra. So the heart chakra is where we love and receive love, and the solar plexus is our self-worth. So I see this passed on loved one sitting in between there and protecting those areas. So it's like your passed on loved one, if you have a passed on loved one. If you don't, you don't have to take this message. Then maybe I just see an angel or a guide or your higher self. But this passed on loved one protects you from people that are going to steal your energy, protects you from people that are going to take advantage of your kind hearts, protects you from people that are going to project their insecurities onto you. And that is what I see here. And from environments that do that aren't empowering, because your aura gives off this vibe of empowerment, of playfulness, of transformation, and of growth, okay? And I also see with the bubbles here, it's like this feeling of childlike wonder. You haven't lost that sense of childlike wonder in the world, and there's a sense of playfulness in your aura, and this is what I see here. And with all the purple, I feel like your aura gives out this vibe of being very intuitive, being very connected to your higher self and the divine. So this is what I see here. I'm now going to take a look at how people view your aura based off of this. One last thing, I also feel like you have a very healing energy and you shine in the world like a star, and you have a lot of talents within your aura, or a lot of gifts within your aura that are waiting to break out and shine out, if that makes sense. So spirit guides on my pile 2. How do people view my pile 2s based off of their aura? How do people view... I'm smelling a scent that is hard to put my finger on, but it smells familiar. Spirit, can you bring that back to me? It smelled almost like Play-Doh, I think. But it reminds me of childhood. So I feel, okay, we have the card I'm sorry with defenselessness, riding past wrongs and uprooting. I feel like people view you as very much having this childlike wonder with you. Like I said, it's like you're not afraid to let your inner child out. And with me smelling like a smell that is very nostalgic, that reminds me of childhood, I feel like you bring people's inner childs out, and people view you as a person that is very playful and very fun to be around. But maybe they also view you as someone that has gone through unfortunate challenges within your childhood, as the I'm sorry card came out when I smelled that. And we have here at the back of the deck, Inner Earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So maybe you went through some challenges in childhood that caused you to gain some type of wisdom, but you never deserved to go through this. So I feel people feel really compassionate towards you when they look at you or how they view you, because it seems that how much you've transformed and how much wisdom you had, it's like, how did this person attain this wisdom? Did they have to go through things? And I feel like for some of you, it's family wounds, because these trees down here are reminding me of family and ancestors, these roots here. And it's like, maybe people view you as someone that has had a lot of challenges growing up, and it's like they feel compassionate towards you. But also, people view you as an inspiration, as a light, because it's like you have transformed so much, you've grown so much, and you do not let your past define you. And that's what I feel people view you as, so strong and resilient, but also such a light to this world. People also view you as someone very transformative and always growing, and it's like this inspiration kind of coming through. So this is what I see here. How do people view my pile number 2s based off of their aura? We have child of the cosmos, with the intelligence of the universe lies within you. We have an extra card here, but I'm not going to include it because we don't have enough space. We have big picture thinking with Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. So what I feel here, and at the back of the deck, we have messenger with serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. So I feel like people view you as someone that has a lot of intuitive messages. It's like when people talk to you, it's like somehow you just know the right words to say, or somehow you just know things about them that they didn't even tell you. Like, for example, let's say someone is singing in front of you and you're like, you're such a good singer, you should try auditioning for things, or not auditioning. You should try, sharing that with people, because I think people would love your voice. And then it's like maybe they were thinking of starting a YouTube channel where they let their music out, and it's like you just confirm that for them. Or let's say, someone always wanted to start acting, because I said auditioning, and it's like maybe they tell you a joke, or they're really good at doing something, like, and it's like, you'd be a good actor, you should try acting, or that kind of energy. Like, your energy feels empowering, where You may notice little talents or gifts in people and see the star within them that they don't see themselves. And it's like people just view you as very intuitive then. And someone that sees the light within others, the star qualities within others, and you're not afraid to tell them what those star qualities are. Not many people do that. Some people will see you have a gift or a talent and they'll keep quiet because they're intimidated by you, but you're not like that. So that gives me this type of vibe where people find you very trustworthy because it's like you're actually really sweet to tell that person that. Does that make sense? Or certain times you speak to people and you give words of wisdom without even realizing. You really impact people, and then they find you so intuitive where you say something and you don't even realize you just gave them an intuitive message. And people view you as very sweet because of this, and very much like an empowering light in their life, an inspiring light in their life. And it's like people also view you as someone that has a visionary energy. You're not afraid to reach to the stars. You're not afraid to go towards your goals and take baby steps there of action. It's like some people will be like, oh, it's 1 in a million chance of you getting that, but you see the potential in people and you tell them about that potential within themselves, but you also see the potential within yourself, and you're not afraid to shoot to the stars and the moon and hope you make it because you have this strong visionary energy, and that's how people view you based off your aura. Because I feel like sometimes you even have intuitive messages or guidance from spirit, and then you take action towards that idea, and then it's like people are like, that is such a good idea, no one would have thought of, like only you would have thought of that, because, and then they think that you're a visionary, or maybe you are, but it's like then they see you as a visionary because of how your higher self is guiding you through ideas and things like that. So that's what I see here. So how do people view my pile number threes based off of their aura? We have cycles and rhythms with honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Okay. How do people view my pile number threes? My pile number twos, sorry. My pile number twos based off their aura. We have go outside with you have been indoors for too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. At the back of the deck, we have focus intention with keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. Okay, so with go outside, I feel like sometimes people view you as, since you're so intuitive and empathetic, sometimes people think that you are introverted, whereas I think you're just sensitive to energies with honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And since you're so empathic and you can pick up and feel energies, it's sometimes a lot for you to go out all the time and to see people all the time, because for some of you, it drains your energetic battery, and it's like, I feel this is for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Or this could just be how people view you, as introverted, as you like to spend time indoors. But then sometimes, you will go out and show your face. But every time you come back out of your cocoon, it's like you've blossomed even more. You've bloomed even more. Every time you come out of your cocoon, out of your shell, it's like you've got new wings and you're showing them off of how you've transformed your inner world and your outer world. And it's like people view you as someone that feels a lot, someone that is very connected to their feelings, emotions, their body, what their body is telling you. Like if you feel tired, you're not afraid to say, oh, I'm tired, I'm not going to work today. Or at least that's how people view you, and they find that inspiring, because sometimes we're scared to really listen to our body. Or maybe people view you as someone that is not afraid to show your emotions, and it's like this type of feeling of, I want to be more like that, if that makes sense. And you're also honoring your intuition, and people view you as someone that is going to be a go-getter. When you want something, you are going to get it, but you're also going to honor yourself, your body, your mind, and your soul. So that is what I see there. So, spirit guides on my pile number 2s. How do people view my pile 2s based off their aura? And here we have purple and green. I feel like most of your auras are like a purplish, bluish, or greenish color. Okay, purple is intuition and green is the heart chakra. So take that as it resonates. Spirit guides of my pile number 2s. How do people view my pile 2s based off their aura? We have the 7 of coins. So people view you as very hardworking, but it's like you're also going to honor your emotions, if that makes sense. And then we have the 4 of wands. So people view you as such a celebration to be around, as such fun to be around with the 4 of wands here. But it's like this type of feeling of, since the energies can sometimes be a lot, feeling other people's energies, it's like this type of feeling of, I want to see pile 2 more. I want to see pile 2 more. I wish I could see them today. And it's like that type of feeling. Does that make sense? So that's something I see here. And people just have a lot of fun around you. They find you so fun to be around, so pleasurable to be around. And it's almost like this wonder when you're not around. It's like, where is pile 2? I miss them. Like that type of feeling. And at the back of the deck, we have the 10 of coins. So people view you as someone that is securing the bag, someone that is securing your future. You hold keys to where you want to be in the future, and you're going to get that. And that's something I see here. And that's how people view you based off your aura. So before we continue with your reading, my pile number 2s, I do have a small favor to ask from you. The last 3 months, 75% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've made it this far to the reading and you like this video so far, if you've forgotten, can you please hit the subscribe button, because it helps my channel more than you know, and the bigger the channel gets, the more content I can put out and create for you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your love, all your support, and I'm sending you so much love and gratitude from my heart. So how do people view my pile number 2s based off their aura? We have the World card. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Wands. Why are these cards swinging around? We have the Emperor. We have the 8 of Wands. And we have an extra card with the 10 of Wands. The Magician also wants to come out. And the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so what I feel here from what I see so far, like I said, family wounds. People view you to have some family wounds, or to have had an upbringing or environment that has caused you some kind of emotional baggage that you're carrying. But it's like you've been honoring and healing this, and as a result of that, it's like you're not going to allow people into your life that are going to come in and not treat you right. And that's what I feel here. So people view you to have strong boundaries now, maybe because of the things you've been through. Whereas if it wasn't family wounds, maybe they view you as someone that grew up with a strained childhood. Like maybe you didn't have money, and now it's like you're determined to get that for yourself and create that for yourself now. So people view you as someone with a past that has been painful, but it's like you're not going to stop that from allowing you to create something different with the Magician card. So it's like people view you as very determined, and it's like, I'm not going to let my past define me. People also view you as someone that is extremely resilient and how you're going to move forward regardless of the past. It's like, I'm not looking back at the past, I'm looking forward to the future, and I'm going to create stability for myself right now in this moment, emotionally and also physically. Okay, and that's how people view you based off your aura. Because of all these transformative energies, it's like, I'm not going to allow that to stop me. I'm going to create something different. I'm not going to allow my circumstances or the difficulties or the challenges to stop me. I am determined to create something different, and that's how people view you based off your aura. Like this go-getter type of attitude, how you're always going to achieve something. You're going to make a name out of yourself in your career with the Queen of Pentacles. And that's how people view you, that you're going to have a lot of good luck in this lifetime as you go to where you want to be. People also view you as someone that has a big purpose, someone that has a lot of talent, someone that has a lot of star qualities, and you're going to show that to the world, and you're going to achieve something in the world and make a name out of yourself, and that's how people view you, and that you're going to create stability regardless of the situations and circumstances you went through before. People also view you as such a loving person with the 10 of Cups at the back of the deck. It's like, I create my own happiness, even though maybe I never received love that time. Like, I'm going to choose to do something different with my own family. I'm going to choose to treat people with love and care, and I'm going to treat everyone with this love, with this care, treat everyone like my family. And you see the rainbow here? It's like, you've gone through your storms, but right now you're in your rainbow moment, and that is how people view you. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile number 2s. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Amazonite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how people view you based off your aura, okay? I'm first going to be taking a look at your aura and what I see in your aura, and then I'm going to be taking a look at how people view you based off this. So you chose the card, Our Ancient Future. What I feel from your energy so far, I feel you are a future soul, my pile number 3. It's like if you resonate with this, then you can take the message. If not, then I can read it in a different way. I feel like you are a soul that comes from the future, and you incarnated into this present moment right now to help society, to help Earth with your futuristic knowledge, if that makes sense. Because you have some kind of wisdom here from the future, as we see this little wisdom codes here in her brain, coming into her brain, and all these wisdom code bubbles here. And it's like your aura is full of wisdom codes from that future lifetime, even if you don't consciously remember it. It's like those wisdom codes are around you in your aura. And it's like, when you pop a bubble, and in a movie or like a game, when you pop a bubble or you get some kind of coin, and then it's like adding to what you can use. Does that make sense? Like, in a game, when you get something and you can use that as a booster or whatever, I feel like it's around you in your aura like that. And then you can either access this, but other people can access it too. But it's like, there's an infinite amount of them that it doesn't get lost, if that makes sense. So like, let's say if I hug you today, I pop like a little bubble in you, I'm going to pop the wisdom code that I need. And then later I'm going to go home, and then I'm going to have some kind of realization of something I need to know. And it's like your soul chose to have all these wisdom codes around you. And it's like when people hug you or they come into your vicinity, it's like you transfer them a wisdom code of what they need for that day or whatever. And it's an infinite amount of wisdom codes within you. And then it's like they take that home, and then they have some kind of profound realization or moment of understanding something. And it's helping them be who their future self needs them to be, if that makes sense. So you've taken up a very huge purpose in this lifetime And it's not like you have to share it with anyone, it's just in your aura. Like, even if you're just a normal human being and you're going about your day-to-day life and you're like, what? I don't have a big purpose. But it's like, you're meeting people, you have big impacts on people without even realizing. And it's like your energy is so, so, so healing. And I feel future you has gained all this wisdom and has come to earth right now to create some kind of change in earth so that the future is better on earth, if that makes sense. And that's what I see here. I also see in your aura, I see a lot of colors of blue, purple, but also orange and yellow. So some of you could have orange or yellow auras. Some of you could have blue or purple auras. Or some of you could have like a rainbow aura. That's what I feel here. And blue is the throat chakra. Purple is the crown chakra and the third eye. And orange is the sacral chakra. Yellow is the solar plexus. Okay, so those chakra centers are your strongest ones I see here. Just take it as it resonates, but I feel your aura has an energy of creation here with this pearl thing shell. I feel like your aura has an energy of creation, and your aura has this telepathic type of communication with people. And I'm seeing a twin flame connection, like a twin flame connection in your aura where you have some kind of telepathic connection. But also with the duality here, it's like your aura telepathically communicates wisdom to people that allows them to find wisdom in their duality. Okay? So this is really, really interesting, my pile threes. But if you don't resonate with being a future soul, then maybe you come from a higher realm, or maybe you are just a very advanced soul. Maybe you've gone through Earth and you have been enlightened before and you've chosen to come to incarnate on Earth again. And it's like maybe your aura comes up as futuristic. It's because you have already gained wisdom and you've already been enlightened, but you've come down to earth again to complete some kind of mission or purpose to allow others to have the wisdom of your enlightenment. It's almost like, how Jesus or Buddha came here and they mastered something on earth. I feel like you've mastered something on earth already and you've incarnated again to help people. Some of you could relate to mermaid energy or coming from Lemuria or Atlantis times, and you have that kind of futuristic energy. You could show up in this today where you have really great ideas. You have this visionary type of feel to you, this magical type of feel to you, and it's like you let people into that. And I feel like if I had to translate this into an energy, let's say you were to create something, I feel like you'd create something no one would ever think of. You know what I mean? Something so out of this world, something so far into the future. It's like, the first person that made a phone. It's like that type of genius you have in your aura, if that makes sense. I hope I'm translating this properly, but like, this is what I feel here. If you had to, make a song, I feel like you'd create a whole different genre of music that would be so innovative. You know what I mean? That's what I feel here from your aura. So let's go ahead and look at how others view you based on this. So how do others view my pile number threes? How do others view my pile number threes based on their aura? We have surrender to the sweetness with Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and make love to life. And then we have big picture thinking with Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. What was I saying about visionary or innovative energy? That's what I'm trying to explain here. It's like people view you as someone that is so ahead of your time. You know what I mean? Whatever you had to create, it doesn't matter what you create. If you create a song, if you create a movie, if you create a car, if you create a phone, it's like you have this type of innovative, big picture, visionary thinking, and it's like your ideas are profound. Okay, that's what I see here. And people view you as someone that is a dreamer, someone that can think of things and be very innovative, someone that is very imaginative and creative and can create anything. And it's like people view you as ahead of your time, whereas, you know, maybe some people have said things to you out of insecurity because they see your greatness and they see your genius before you see it yourself. And then, you know, maybe like, let's say, for example, going back to songs, let's say, you know, you create a song and then they're busy trying to put you down and say you shouldn't do that. And, oh, you shouldn't do that. It's 1 in a million. What if you never make it? Planting doubt in your mind. And then it's like, it's because they see your potential before you even see it yourself. So just be aware of people like that. Be wary of people that try to put down your ideas before it's even created. Okay, because you are meant to soar to the sky. You are meant to think big in this lifetime. You are meant to create in this lifetime. And that's what I see in your aura. And it's like people view you as very imaginative. It's almost like there's this childlike quality to you, this innocence to you, this kind of energy of rare gifts, rare talents. And it's like people view you as very gifted, very much like a big picture thinker, someone that sees the potential in others but also yourself. And people also view you as someone that is very sweet, someone that is very kind, but you know, you've had to learn some level of self-love, or at least that's how they view you. And very magical. They view you as very different but unique in a beautiful way. And it's like, I think a lot of people like your personality, like your aura. They find it such a pleasure to be around. There's this different type of vibe to you, but different isn't bad. It's like I like this uniqueness. You know what I mean? You have a very unique aura vibe, my pile threes, and it's like people just view you as so lovable. They view you as an adventure to be around. It's like you widen up their world. You know when Spirit is showing me Nemo? You know when those little fish were in that fish tank and they want to get out of that small fish tank? They want to be in the whole big ocean. And that's how humans feel around you. Like they've been in this small fish tank all their life and now you've just expanded their whole worldview and now they're in the big ocean and they feel free, if that makes sense. And people view you as someone with this limitless potential, as someone with this very adventurous, playful energy, and they just find you such a pleasure to be around. That's something I see here. People also see you as someone that is going to create joy in their life. It's like, I'm not going to stay here and let these circumstances hold me back from achieving this. If I want to create this joy in my life, I'm going to create it within myself. If I want to create love in my life, but I don't have love here right now, I'm going to create love in myself. It's like you have this limitless energy that people see in you, and that's what I see here. And I'm seeing Ursula from The Little Mermaid. So, you know, some people may see these talents and gifts within you before you see it yourself and try to take advantage of that. So just be wary of that. So before we continue with your reading, my pile number threes, I do have a small favor to ask from you. The last 3 months, 75% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted and you like this channel, can you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and the bigger the channel gets, the more content I can put out and create for you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your support, all your love. I'm sending you so much love and enjoy the rest of the reading. I just feel like your energy is very high vibrational, my pile threes. I feel like people view you as a dreamer. I feel like I'm on the clouds. I feel like Maybe even people view you as very, very watery, very in touch with your emotions, with all the water here, a very transformative person. You're always growing into who you are meant to be. And with the full moon here, people may also view you as very intuitive or very wise, okay, very connected to those feminine energies, regardless of your gender. And I see here, it's like people view you as someone that it's almost like you view life like this big open door where we can walk through that and create anything, if that makes sense. So how do people view my pile threes based off their aura? We have guiding children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So since you are someone with this childlike perspective of the world, this childlike wonder, you have your inner child with you, people may naturally assume or view you as someone that is good with working with children, that can understand children and their minds. And it's like, I feel like you would be the best teachers because you wouldn't be limited. You wouldn't teach the children to let go of the imagination. You teach them to use it to their advantage. You know what I mean? You wouldn't teach children to not cry. You teach them to understand and feel their emotions. You know what I mean? So there's something here where people view you as very good with children, or if you have children one day, or if you already have children, it's like they view you as an amazing parent because it's like, you don't shame the children for having these qualities that make them so imaginative. That imagination is an amazing thing that we need to hold on to. You know what I mean? So this is what I see here. We also have focused intention with keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, actions. Focus on your target and you will make your mark. So I'm noticing we have purple and yellow here. Some of you could have purple or yellow auras, or green, like I said earlier. Yeah. But your energy to me also feels like people view you as someone very nurturing, someone very loving, someone very sweet, but also someone that is going to get whatever you're going to get. And it's like people can tell you this and that, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I'm not listening to you. You know what? If I'm going to get this, I'm going to get it. And like people view you like that, like whatever you want, you're going to go after it and get it. And you're going to think big, regardless of what other people's opinions are. And you're going to prove them wrong. You're going to prove yourself wrong. And that's how people view you based off your aura, my pal threes. So this is a very big energy and I love this. I'm also seeing like a lion here hidden in the trees, clairvoyantly, and it's not like I see an actual lion, but I see the shape, if that makes sense. So it's like you have this hidden lion within you. A lion is the king of the jungle, and it's that energy. So you have this big energy inside of you that is hidden, that you are yet to see, and other people see it within you. Okay. And the lion is extremely courageous and strong, and also associated with creativity sometimes, because Leo is creative. So how do people view my pile threes based off their aura? We have the Page of Wands. So people view you as, like you haven't let go of that playful side of you, and it's like you're just so fun to be around. It feels like if I were to be your friend, it feels like I don't want to be an adult. Like, I want to be kids with you and play in adult bodies. You get what I mean? And then we have the Nine of Cups. So people also view you as very successful as a result of this big picture thinking energy. Look at our furniture. It looks so fancy. So people also view you as someone that is satisfied with your goals and where you've gone in life. And it's like they view you as someone that is inevitably going to have a lot of success and wealth, and where you're going to be very satisfied with everything you've done. What Spirit is showing me, in the Bible, I'm not Christian, but like, you know, in the Bible when it's like, let there be light, and then God made the world, and then he was satisfied. Spirit is showing me that. So it's like, whatever you create, you're going to be satisfied with it. And I guess that's how people view you based off your aura. Okay, spirit guides on my pile threes. How do people view my pile threes based off their aura? We have the World card. Some of you are from pile two. So I got this card in pile two, I think. I got this card in pile two. So similar energies. We have the Temperance card. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Page of Cups. How do people view pile threes based off their aura? Ten of Cups. And there's an extra card that wants to come out, the High Priestess. At the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So based off your aura, people view you as very much like a light soul. Like, a lot of people instantly trust you because you seem very trustworthy and angelic and magical in some way. It's like, you look like you couldn't hurt a fly. People view you as quite generous, quite loving, quite giving with all your love and your ideas. It's like, if you see something within a person, you're going to tell them. You're not going to gatekeep it. Do you get what I mean? Like, let's say you see a talent in someone that they haven't seen themselves. You know, you're going to tell them that. Or let's say you have love to give. You're going to give it. You're not going to hold it away, if that makes sense. And that's something I see here. People also view you as someone that is very intuitive, where you can read people like a book. But I think it's also your past life. Well, you know, when I say past life, I mean the future lifetime, because time is not linear. And it's like, those past future life energies have also contributed to the wisdom you have now, where you're also able to read people like a book because you understand humanity on a deep level, because you have already become enlightened in past lives, future lives, if that makes sense. And people view you as someone that would be, you know, a great parent one day, or a great parent right now, a great husband or wife or partner, you know, very loving, very carefree. People view you as someone that is always going to achieve something great, where the universe is going to abundantly bless you with great things in this lifetime, and how you always just know the right moves to make that are going to bless you in some way, if that makes sense, by the universe. I also see people view you as someone very playful, someone very loving. It's like you treat everyone with love around you. This care, it's like this very nurturing energy, okay? But you're also very outspoken. That's how people view you. You're not afraid to speak your truth. You're not afraid to speak your ideas out in the world. You're not afraid to speak about what makes you happy and what makes you passionate. You're not afraid to show your differences and your uniqueness to the world. And you're not afraid to show your self-confidence to others of what you are about to create, or what you have created. You know what I mean? And that's something I see here. So this was your reading, my pile number threes. I think there's a lot of beautiful energies here, and I really feel a lot of high vibrational energies from you. I even got goosebumps during your reading, and you know, when I get goosebumps, it's a very high vibrational energy. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!